After having to trek through dirty, dingy, and dangerous mansions in his previous 2 outings, Luigi has earned himself a vacation. Enter the Last Resort, a posh hotel in the country where Luigi, Mario, Peach, and a couple of Toads can kick up their feet for some much-needed R&R. At least, that's the plan, but unfortunately for them, this trip is actually a trap set by hotel owner Helen Gravely and the art aficionado known as King Boo. While the rest of the guests are easy to catch, Luigi manages to escape the duo and finds his way to the new Poltergust G00, setting off to face his fears and free his friends in Luigi's Mansion 3 from Nintendo and the developers at Next Level Games. Only this time, he doesn't have to do it alone. Not long into the story, Professor Egad upgrades the Poltergust, giving Luigi access to Gooigi, that lets players turn this single-player adventure into a couch co-op experience. You have the choice of limiting your control options by splitting the Joy-Con for co-op, or a second player can join with a controller of their own. While the addition of Gooigi to the Luigi's Mansion mythos makes co-op an obvious inclusion, it's clear throughout the campaign this is designed to be primarily a single-player quest. Co-op is a welcome addition, sure, but not what I consider to be the ideal way to experience Luigi's Mansion 3. Both Luigi and Gooigi have access to the same tools of the Poltergust, including the suck and blow features, the strobe bulb, the dark light, the suction shot, the burst, and the slam attack. The latter 3 tools are new for Luigi's Mansion 3 and are essential for defeating the different types of ghosts you'll encounter. Some protect themselves with shields, others wear their sunglasses at night. Knowing which tool is required for the right situation will keep you from losing too much health as you find your way through this wretched resort. These tools are also necessary for solving the many inventive puzzles the developers have cooked up. The layout of The Last Resort is Next Level Games' attempt at combining the singular location of the original Luigi's Mansion with the variety of mini-mansions found in Dark Moon on the 3DS. While many of the floors are typical of what you'd see in a posh and luxurious hotel, a few defy logic and physics in their design and inclusion. Not only does this hotel house its own miniature desert, but that desert includes an entire pyramid complete with hidden tombs. Couple that with a Pirate's Grotto museum, movie studio, and castle, and this hotel starts to feel like one of those motels that have themed rooms, only with a much bigger design budget. What's nice is these massive themed areas aren't all grouped together. The structure of this hotel keeps it varied with these extraordinary stages sandwiched between the more standard floors. Most of these locales are 100% on point in design and execution, though some are probably better ideas on paper than in practice. The aforementioned Pirate's Grotto doesn't offer much in the way of exploration, resulting in one of the shorter floors in the game's 15-hour campaign. However, just because it's over in a flash doesn't mean it's easy to forget. In fact, the shorter stages make up for their lack of length with brilliant puzzles and some wonderfully designed boss battles. In particular, the fights at the end of the Pirate's Grotto and movie studio floors are without a doubt the most entertaining boss bouts I've encountered all year. The same rings true for most of the boss fights here, as they either excel in their design and theatrics or in how well they test the player's competency with the tools at Luigi's disposal. There are a few misses, such as the ghost you fight at the end of the desert stage, but for the most part these fights are above and beyond anything else the series has seen before. Above and beyond is actually a great way to describe most of Luigi's Mansion 3. Nearly everything the franchise has done in the past, it does better. A giant hotel may not be as intimate as the mansion in the GameCube original, but the amount of detail found in these haunted halls is unrivaled. From its most basic areas to its most extravagant, there isn't a spot in this place that isn't exceptionally decorated with bespoke lighting that gives credence to Luigi's unease about this whole situation. Interactivity has always been a key component of the Luigi's Mansion experience, and it's no different here. Nearly every piece of decor you encounter holds a second purpose. Some will grant you money, others are to be used in the puzzles and secrets scattered around the hotel. The best details, however, are found in the character animations. Yeah, EGAD may be a bit unsettling to look at in HD, but Next Level Games is putting the power of the Switch to good use with how it injects humor into the movements and facial expressions of Luigi, the Toads, Polterpup, Helen Gravely, and every other spirit bound to this hotel. If you found the possessors of Dark Moon lacking personality, the staff and guests of The Last Resort have it in spades. Beyond that immaculate animation, credit must be given to longtime voice actor Charles Martinet. While Luigi still doesn't talk in complete sentences or utter anything more complicated than a 3-syllable word, Martinet's delivery of every scream, shout, sigh, sniffle, and shriek showcases a talent that is not only confidently settled into their role, but is also having an absolute gas with a variety of vocal expressions this series allows them. Martinet's voice work only becomes more charming when there are 4 Luigis sharing the stage in the Scarescraper. Returning from Dark Moon, Scarescraper is an online multiplayer mode where up to 4 Luigis can work together to clear randomized layouts of a 5 or 10 floor tower. Each floor has its own objective, like catching all the ghosts or saving all the toads, and a time limit it must be completed in. In addition to those tasks, each floor houses a bevy of secrets that can reward players with money, more time on the clock, or special tools they can use. If there's any aspect of Luigi's Mansion 3 that pales in comparison to prior entries, it's the lack of options in the Scarescraper. You can play locally or online in co-op or solo, but without a difficulty selector, true solo play is basically a non-starter. The mode does not adjust its challenge to how many players are attempting to complete it, so without a team of Luigis to pick up the slack, it will be difficult for people to clear a single floor by themselves, let alone an entire tower. But when you get a team of 4 together, oh man, is it a blast. Not only is the Scarescraper the best online multiplayer experience I've had all year, it was also a near flawless one as the frame rate barely budged during the time I was able to test it out with 3 other players. It's a great relief to know that, given Nintendo's uneven history with online gameplay. Of course, the big new addition to the series in Luigi's Mansion 3 is the multiplayer Scream Park mode, but honestly, the less said about it the better. The games aren't all that fun, and all of them require at least 3 other players locally to get any sort of amusement out of them. The Luigi's Mansion franchise has come a long way since the original was criticized over its lack of content. With an absorbing single-player campaign and a Scarescraper that still packs a punch, Luigi's Mansion 3 is the most content-rich entry in the series, and one of the best times I've had with my Switch in 2019. For more written reviews, previews, news, and original features, be sure to head over to Destructoid.com.